even be able to score within the first 100, and that's really far away from what you need to get in the first 3 positions. The second machine where you really have to know what you're doing is actually the T-37 light tank, where you also need a crazy 1052 average experience to get into the top 100. And on third place, well, no surprise there, it's actually the regular Cromwell, where you also need well over 1000, exactly 1038 average experience to be scored in the top 100 results. Now don't worry though, there are a lot of tanks out there where the bar for the top 100 entry is a lot lower. The lowest of them all is the Churchill gun carrier, which by the way has also the lowest barrier in the entire event at the moment, as you only need 502 average base experience to be able to score in the top 100. Well, I guess it's time to dust it off in the garage. Now the second lowest score at tier 6 is actually with the T-3485M, a special variant of the T-3485, which seems to be rather rare actually. You only need 583 average experience to get in their top 100 list. And the third, least well played tank, or better to say tank destroyer, is actually the French ARL V39, where to get in the top 100 you only need, as of yesterday, 603 average experience. Moving over to tier 7, the 3 most difficult machines will be the M41 Walker Bulldog with a crazy 1093 average experience requirement, the V25 with a very similar 1091 average experience requirement, and the third one is of course the trusty T29 American heavy tank, where you need to score at least 1038 average experience to even get in the top 100. The easiest machines at the moment at tier 7 will be the FV201A45, a relatively rare premium heavy tank, which didn't score so well until now, so you only need 601 average experience for the top 100. The second worst is the AMX AC46, where you only need 633. And the third machine with the lowest average experience requirement at tier 7 is surprisingly actually the ISU-122S, a premium variant of tier 8 tank destroyer that you need only 715 average base XP. Moving a tier up again at tier 8, the most difficult machine to grind and actually the machine with the highest average experience requirement from all of them out there at every single tier, that's right, it's even beating tier 10s by a long shot, you guessed it, it's the brand new Rheinmetall Scorpion G. To get in the top 100 for this machine, you need over 1126 average experience, which is absolutely crazy. And this is only after the first week, so this will only go higher. The second best scoring machine is the IS-3, so you really need to be an IS-3 expert or get really lucky to be able to score in the top 100 for this, as you will need 1085 experience or better. And the third one is actually the super squishy AMX CDC, where people have scored really amazing score with it, and you actually need to get in the top 100 over 1083 experience. Now the lowest 3 include the KV-4 Kreslowski, a relatively new addition to the game, which not that many people have at the moment, so the average experience for the top 100 is only 604. The second one is, surprise surprise, another French tank destroyer, the AMX AC48, where you need 684 experience. And last but not least, if you have a Kanonen Jagdpanzer tier 8 premium tank destroyer, then it's definitely worth bringing it out, as only with an average score of 711 you will score already in the top 100. At tier 9, the most difficult machines to grind will be the Skoda T50, which has the highest requirements at tier 9 at the moment, having to score 1064 average, followed by another medium, the M46 Patum, which has a requirement of 1043, and surprise surprise, another medium after that. The T54 is a really strong one as well, having a requirement for the top 100 of 1042 base experience at the moment. Now of course there are possibilities at tier 9 as well. The lowest score for the moment is a tier 9 Soviet tank destroyer, the Su-15554, which has a score of only 769 average experience. This is followed by another tank destroyer, the Conway, where you only need 773 average experience. The third lowest is once again a tank destroyer, which will be the MX-50 Foch, that has a requirement of only 774. Man, those French tank destroyers really don't place well. And finally at tier 10, the most difficult machines to get a good score with will be the Object 140, which has an experience requirement of 1024, followed by the Batchet 25T with a requirement of 1022, and finally the TVPT 5051, which has a requirement of 992 average experience. Now there are surprisingly good chances for an entry at tier 10 as well. The lowest ones are actually relatively rare machines. It's the T95E6, which has only a limit of 577 experience, the M60 with a requirement of 637, and the VK7201K, which has a requirement of 661 average experience only. Now if you don't own any of these reward vehicles, nothing is lost. The lowest scoring regular machine is actually everyone's favorite FV4005 Stage 2, aka the Sheet Barn, which has a requirement